Hello, in this video we're going to use a quasi-linear utility function and then derive the substitution and income effect of a price change. Here is our quasi-linear utility function. Consumer has income of $10 and the price of each good is currently $1. Suppose the price of good X falls to 50 cents. We want to solve for the substitution effect and income effect from this price decrease. So we're first going to get the marginal utility of good X, taking partial derivative of the utility function with respect to X. The derivative here, the natural log of X, is just 1 over X. And then the marginal utility of Y is just 1. Setting up our utility maximizing condition and taking the marginal utilities and dividing them by their respective prices. Simplifying, X equals 1. And putting together our budget constraint, $10 of income, price of good X is $1, price of good Y is $1, and substituting 1 in for X, Y equals 9. So that is our utility maximizing consumption bundle at our initial prices, 1 unit of good X and 9 units of good Y. And the level of utility at that consumption bundle is just going to be 9. The natural log of 1 is 0, so utility equals 9. And so now let's look at the substitution effect. We're going to find where the slope of the new budget line, which incorporates the price decrease, is tangent to the indifference curve that we just found. So the consumer is currently on an indifference curve where utility equals 9. So we're going to solve for the indifference curve. So setting u equal to 9 and solving for y, we got the consumer's indifference curve when utility equals 9. And now we're going to get the slope of this indifference curve. Taking the derivative of the indifference curve with respect to x, we just get minus 1 over x. And now we got to get the slope of the new budget line. The slope of a budget line in general is minus the price of good x divided by the price of good y. And the price of good X fell from $1 to 50 cents, so that's why we have 50 cents now in the numerator. And simplifying, we just get minus 0.5. And so to find the substitution effect, we're going to find the tangency between the slope of the new budget line and the indifference curve, where u equals 9, so setting those two slopes equal and solving for x, we're going to get x equals 2. So the substitution effect of the price decrease is that quantity demanded for good X increased by 1 unit. We found on the first slide X equals 1, and the substitution effect here leads the consumer to X equals 2. So that difference represents the substitution effect of the price decrease. So just 2 minus 1, or 1. Now we're going to be getting into the income effect. So we're going to now just maximize utility with when the price of good X equals now 50 cents. Price of good Y is still stuck at $1. And our marginal utilities, setting up our utility maximizing condition and dividing through by our prices, where now the price of good X is 50 cents. Solving for X, X equals 2. And so the total effect of the price decrease when the price of good X fell from $1 to 50 cents, the quantity demanded of good X went from 1 to 2. So that is the total effect of the price decrease. Keep in mind the total effect is a combination of the substitution effect and income effect. Well, because the substitution effect accounts for this entire change, that means the income effect must be 0. So there is no income effect here from the price decrease. And let's more formally show that the income effect is 0. So we're going to start with the consumer's budget constraint with the new lower price for good X. And when X equals 2, Y is going to equal 9. And so utility at our new consumption bundle here is 9.69. So the income effect is going to be the increase in the quantity demanded for good X resulting from increased purchasing power from the price decrease. To isolate the income effect, we're going to find where the original budget line is tangent to our new higher indifference curve. So forming our new higher indifference curve, setting utility equal to 9.69 and solving for Y. Here's our indifference curve. Getting the slope of that and setting that equal to the slope of the original budget line where the price of good X was $1. Solving for X, X equals 1. So the income effect is 0. At the utility maximizing choice before the price increase, X also equaled 1, so there is no income effect. Okay, I will stop here.